Welcome to the multiverse of movies, a channel for all movie fans to be the movie fans they are. And today is episode 1 of reacting to your hot takes. So you're probably wondering, what is this? Well, this is going to be the first time we do this, but I'm planning on doing this twice a week. What we're basically going to do is on the community tab on my YouTube channel, by the way. Make sure to know that we're going to be posting episode 1, episode 2, episode 3. We're going to put, and then you guys in the comment sections, comment down below your hot takes. Now, it has to be a real hot take. It can't be something that you think is a hot take, but it really isn't. Sometimes people think that way. I've thought that too. But basically, this series is going to be me reading those comments of the biggest hot takes I can find. I'm going to put them here, react to them, and that way you guys can interact more here on the channel. I basically did this because I do want you guys to be involved with the content here. I want it to be, it's a fun little thing where we read what some people think that you normally never hear. So if you ever want to be a part of these hot takes, all you have to do is subscribe and turn on notification bells. That way, when I post something on the community tab, you guys are able to see it. And if you guys aren't able to see it, I might try doing it on Twitter, but more than likely it'll stay on the community tab because I'm not sure if you guys get notifications when it pops up on the community tab. But anyways, episode 2 is actually going to be put up like on the community tab right when this video is uploaded. So you guys who are watching this for the first time are aware of it. Make sure, again, go to the community tab for episode 2. Ignore episode 1 because I'm already filming it right now. So let's actually get into the comments. So all right, come on. All right, so let me turn on the screen recording button. All right, let's get into it. All right, so for what I said is reacting to hot takes episode 1. Drop your hot takes in the comments down below. I'll read them in my video. And I had a few comments. Let's actually read one of them. The first one is, the Senate will decide your fate. 3 days ago, JOSStice League 2017 is better than the Snyder cut. Just kidding, just kidding. Here's your clickbait title. All right, thank you for the clickbait title. I mean, you guys know me. I have a deep hatred for that 2017 Justice League film. Like a big hatred for it, like massive. And you guys know how much I love the Snyder cut. I mean, over there in the back, you can see hashtag restore the Snyderverse. And yeah, thank you for the clickbait. But next comment by Nathaniel Morgan. Probably caught this too late. The vid's probably already recorded, but here are my hot takes. It's a long paragraph, but I'm going to go through one by one. All right. Number 1, the Marvel Cinematic Universe only has a few good gems, and the rest is kind of okay or bad, and it rehashes the same plots over and over again. Me personally, we can only talk about it's my subjective opinion is I actually quite love the Marvel Cinematic Universe. I've loved what they've done with the Marvel Cinematic Universe. A big fan of the MCU, and I don't consider it just a few good gems because I think there's a lot more Marvel movies I like than I don't like. Like there's a few. There's Ant-Man and the Wasp I don't like. I don't like Thor: The Dark World. I don't like Captain Marvel. But there's more films in the MCU that I do like. Like there's Infinity War, Ragnarok, Winter Soldier. There's so many films within the MCU that I love. I've loved all the Disney Plus. Actually, I didn't like Falcon and Winter Soldier that much, but I've really quite enjoyed the Disney Plus series. You know, Loki. You guys know how I'm a massive fan of Loki. By the way, for those new to the channel, we are actually going to be doing spoiler discussions for Loki every Wednesday after the episode is released. So if you want to stay tuned for that, make sure you subscribe again. But I would disagree with that. But I will say, when it comes to the plots, I will say most MCU movies, they have the same plot. It's bad guy is bad, save the world. Bad guy is bad, save the world again. So I will agree on that part, but the rest I not really. But number 2, as Batman movies, the only good one out of the Dark Knight trilogy is Batman Begins. Oh, that is a big hot take right there. But hey, it's all subjective, man, and that's the whole purpose of this channel, the multiverse of movies. But yeah, but because The Dark Knight is so well written, I prefer it to Begins, even though as a Batman movie, I find it underwhelming. The reason I find The Dark Knight underwhelming as a Batman movie is because the gothic tone is thrown away, so it doesn't feel like a Batman movie. It feels like a Nolan movie with Batman happening to be there, which is similar to Batman Returns, where it was a Byrne movie with Batman thrown in, but in that case, Byrne's style is very Batman-like, so it fits. All right, so you guys know I'm a massive fan of that Dark Knight trilogy. I really love the Dark Knight trilogy. Wait, hold up, what was it? I really like Batman Begins, and I quite enjoy Dark Knight Rises, but I gotta say, The Dark Knight specifically is way beyond the other film. Now, it's all my subjective opinions. If you guys disagree or agree, let me know in the comment sections, by the way. But me personally, I I do think The Dark Knight is my favorite. But about that gothic tone, I will agree with one thing. And that is, you know, the Batman Begins did feel like they were in Gotham. I see that. The Dark Knight and The Dark Knight Rises, they didn't feel like Gotham. They felt like Chicago, New York. It didn't feel like Gotham. And it did feel more like Nolan was kind of throwing that away, which to me it worked. I understand what Nolan was going for. But hey, I see your point. I understand what you mean, man. Personally, I was fine with the whole it not feeling, but I will agree with that. The Dark Knight, Gotham didn't really feel like Gotham. That part does make sense. But yeah, but that is true. And also, The Dark Knight, I believe, has the least of Batman. Because Batman Begins was all about Batman's origin. Dark Knight Rises is all about Batman coming up. I would say The Dark Knight is more about the people in Gotham rather than Batman himself. But yeah. And also, I really quite enjoy the Byrne Batman films. Not as much as the Nolan Dark Knight trilogy. But hey, man, it's all subjective, and that's the best part of the movie fandom. But yeah, number 3, Christian Bale wasn't the greatest Batman. I actually agree with that. My personal favorite Batman is Ben Affleck. Still really like Christian Bale. I still really like Christian Bale's portrayal of the Caped Crusader, but I prefer Ben Affleck. I think he was good in Batman Begins, but his voice just got so weird in the last 2 that he just fell apart. He wasn't very convincing as Batman to me. And I actually like him in all 3 films, but I will say in Dark Knight and Dark Knight Rises, his voice started getting a little annoying. Like, he was like, "Where is she? Where's Rachel?" And like, you started hearing this kind of sound like he was dying in a way, which is actually a little something I did prefer that Zack did in Batman vs. Superman, where Batman had like a voice modifier where he would like change his voice up, so obviously no one could recognize it. But I did really like Christian Bale's Batman. I would say top 3 live action Batmans of all time. But I did quite enjoy Christian Bale's. Even though Ben Affleck is my personal favorite, I still gotta give my respect to Bale. But I will agree that in The Dark Knight and Dark Knight Rises, his voice started getting a little more annoying. But yeah, number 4, Batman Returns is the best solo Batman movie. I would disagree with that. I do believe the best solo Batman movie is The Dark Knight. But hey, it's all subjective. Yeah, when we're talking about solo movies, I would say Dark Knight is my personal favorite Batman film. But yeah, number 5, the first 2 live-action Scooby-Doo movies are not actually bad. They're not amazing movies, but they're pretty good with some top-tier jokes that I actually agree with. I don't hate those first 2 Scooby-Doo movies. I mean, the third one, I think there was only a third one after this, but the third one was pretty awful. But the first 2, they aren't movies that I'm going to be like Oscar worthy, amazing cinematic masterpiece. They're more movies that I have fun with. They're popcorn flicks where you watch it once, you have fun, and you eat some popcorn, and after that you just ignore it. To me, that's that kind of film. But yeah, I agree with that. Kobe Doc 31 says, despite all of the online hate, I think Indy 5 has a chance of being good. And yeah, look, I don't understand the hate for Indiana Jones 5. I know the last Indiana Jones movie was not very good, and you guys know I'm massive. Wait, I don't even know if you guys can see, but I'm a massive fan of Indiana Jones. But I have the trilogy back there. I'm a big fan of the Indiana Jones franchise, and I'm gonna be looking forward to Indy 5. I know a lot of people hate that they casted a female for the movie. I'm sorry. Look, I know it's all subjective, but if you're complaining about a female being in Indiana Jones 5, and you guys believe it's woke SJW, then check your priorities, man. Check your priorities. I remember Geeks and Gamers when I used to be subscribed to them. I think my last straw was when they were talking about Indiana Jones 5 because they casted a female, and they were like, look at them being exact like the Star Wars sequel, how they're gonna make it feminist, female power. And I'm like, bruh, it's just a female. I mean, yes, they could do that. I don't know. But at the end of the day, why do you have to draw into conclusions that quickly? I mean, having a female in a franchise that had men for the most part. I mean, I don't get the complaints. I don't understand why people are complaining. Again, for all I know, this could be the worst god-awful movie of all time. But I could be wrong. But yeah, Kobe Doc 31 says again, Guardians of the Galaxy is one of the most painfully unfunny movies ever. I actually do disagree a lot with. I mean, it's all subjective. Let me remind you guys that. Guardians of the Galaxy to me is my favorite MCU movie of all time. Peter Quill, Chris Pratt, they're my favorite. He's my favorite MCU character. Every time I say, like, anytime anyone talks about favorite MCU character, everyone's always like, I love me Captain America, Tony Stark, Spider-Man. And then when I say Peter Quill, everyone's like, really? And then when I say my favorite MCU movie is Guardians of the Galaxy, people get surprised. So me, I disagree a lot with this comment. But my personal favorite MC movie is Guardians of the Galaxy. But hey, man, it's all subjective. If the movie didn't work for you, man, it's all right. I find the movie really hilarious. But yeah, King Cucumber says, cool idea for a video. Thank you, King Cucumber. Mine would have to be that Cruella is the best film to be released since 2019. All right, so I do really like Cruella. I had no excitement for Cruella before the trailers, and then the trailers blew me away. And then I watched the film, and I actually think it's a quite good film. I would disagree with the 2019 film. There's been a lot of films, Nomadland, Trial of the Chicago 7, The Gentleman, Snyder Cut. There's been quite a lot of films that I think have beaten Cruella. I'm being Cruella. Even though I like Cruella, even though I like the Cruella film, I would disagree with that. But hey, man, it's all subjective. Let's remember that all films are in fact subjective. But yeah, Edwin Petreo says The Amazing Spider-Man 2 is underrated. All right, so I'm a big Spider-Man fan. You guys know that. But I will say the Spider-Man movie I hate the most is The Amazing Spider-Man 2. I didn't like that film. But hey, man, it's understandable. That is a big hot take right there, that the movie is underrated. There's been a lot of good hot takes. I got to give you guys props. Edwin, Kobe, King Cucumber, Nathaniel, Senate Will Decide Your Faith. You guys have dropped a lot of good hot takes. And again, for those watching this video, make sure you go to the community tab and go see the new post I put up there for the hot takes we are going to be doing next week. I want to do these twice a week. Just again, I want you guys to be a part of this channel. I want you guys to be a big contribution, and I think this is a fun way to kind of do it, see everyone's hot takes. But yeah, Kobe Dog 31 says Batman and Robin is more entertaining than Batman Forever. I actually gotta agree with entertainment. Now, would I say better? No, but I will say Batman and Robin is just hilariously bad, or at least to me. It's just my personal preference. I mean, my personal opinions are Batman and Robin is hilariously bad. But yeah, last one for today. Edwin Petrero says Spider-Man 2 is overrated in my opinion. Oh man, I think this is the one I disagree with the most. But Spider-Man 2 is my favorite Marvel, and I'm saying all Marvel, whether it's the MCU, X-Men, all of this. To me, Spider-Man 2 is my favorite Marvel movie of all time. I believe Spider-Man 2 is in my top 10 favorite movies of all time in general. I would have to look at the list again, because I honestly sometimes forget what my list is. But I'm a big fan of Spider-Man 2. I grew up with that film, and the older I get, the more I love that film. So I don't agree that's overrated, but again, at the end of the day, it's all subjective. It's all y'all's opinion. It's not factual based. It's just opinion based. But yeah, that's gonna be it for today's hot takes. That was a lot of hot takes that we had today. And again, guys, if you want to be a part of the next reacting to hot takes, all you guys have to do is go to the community tab, and over there check the newest post, put your hot takes. But again, make sure they are hot takes. Like the comments today, I'm actually glad that we got actual genuine hot takes for this one. I was afraid some people were going to say some things that aren't really hot takes. Like, for example, something that isn't a hot take that some people believe is a hot take is, like, for example, some people believe the Creed movies are better than the Rocky movies, and I wouldn't say that's a hot take, because quite a lot of people do think that way. Although I disagree with that, but always make sure they are genuinely hot takes. But yeah, that's going to be it for today. And again, make sure to go to the community tab. And if you're brand new to your channel, make sure you smash that like button, hit that subscribe button, and turn on the notification bells. And that way you can be updated with future videos. Comment down below whether you agree or disagree with any of the comments that I read today. Thank you guys for watching. And also, let me know if you like this idea, because I want to do these twice a week at least. Maybe 3 times, maybe 4 times, I don't know. But I want to do these more often. That way you guys can be interacting with the content. And yeah, let me know in the comment section down below, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.